Hello students, welcome. So today we are going to see how to use log table, that is logarithmic table. Normally this table you get it in the bookstore, okay, there you will get it, but what is the use of it and why to use it? This is what we are going to learn it, because for board examination you require this logarithmic table and to solve difficult calculations, right students? Okay, so let us study that part. So for this, first let me explain you that suppose if any question is given to you, see normal multiplication everybody does. Say for example, if I say that multiply 28 into 57, you will say this is very easy, right? If I do that, if I make it like this, 57.05 and divide it by 0.0297, is it easy to solve? No. So for this type of calculation, you require table, that is a logarithmic table. Now you will say that why we are not using calculator, that is very easy to use it. But the calculator part, that is very easy to get it where you are not using your brain. But for logarithmic table, you are applying your brain, you are using it, that is why it is not removed from the syllabus, that means for calculation part. Right students? So we are going to learn how to calculate such a difficult problem using logarithmic table, right? So to understand this, first of all we should know how to see the log table, right students? Now as you can check here, there are different types of numbers. Say this number 28, of course, which is greater than 0 number, right? Now this is also greater than that. Now as you can see here, of course here it is slightly different number. This is 0.0. So both the cases you will find different rules, right students? Now what are the rules? Let us see that part. Now to get that, the first rule, okay. Now in this case the first rule is, suppose the number is like this, 28. Now 28 meaning decimal, I can write 0 or something like that, no problem, right? After decimal we can put any zeros, number of zeros. Okay, now in this case what all things we have to remember is, before decimal you check the number. If it is more than 0, right? Before decimal, if the number is more than 0, what are we going to do? We are going to calculate two things. One is, for log students we need to know first part as characteristics, and the second part mantissa. Okay, so here we are going to get characteristics and mantissa. That is the first rule for logarithm. Okay, now in this case characteristics part I am explaining you. If the before decimal we will check the number of digits. Okay, if number of digits, here how many digits are there? Now I am finding out characteristics, right? For characteristics, how many digits are there? 2 digits before decimal. So 2 minus 1 I am going to do, that is 1. So here the characteristics value is 1, right? So what are the rule I said? Before decimal count the number of digits minus 1, right? If I say, just give the example, if I take the another number, say here 575.2, right? If I want to know the characteristics of this number, students, how will you get this? What are the rule? First of all we are going to check if the before decimal the numbers are more than 0. Yes, it is more than 0. Then count number of digits. How many digits? 3. You are going to reduce because the number is more than 0. So reduce one number. So you get what? Characteristics as 2. Right? So this is how we get the characteristics. This is the first rule, you should know about it. Right students? After learning this, then we are going to see the table for mantissa. So you have understood through two things. Characteristics we are finding using this rule, right? And mantissa we are going to check the log table, right? Now let us see that part. So here I am going to find out log of, this is what we are going to learn here, log of 575.2, right? So I told you for log, two things we have to find out. One is characteristics. Now can you tell me the characteristics, students? 3 digits, right? -1, that means characteristics is 2. Point you are going to put it. Why decimal I am going to put here? Because mantissa value in the log table, which I am going to show here, is very small. So it will be decimal value. Now in this case, how to check that value? Let us see that. Now to see the log table, students always make pair. First pair and then single number. So first number, which number are we going to check here? 57, then 5, then 2. Okay, this part everyone understood how we get this? Because this is the characteristics. Decimal ke pehle kitna digits hai? 3 less 1. So you get what? 2. I have written here that. Now I am going to see the log table. So which number are we going to check? Pehle kya dekhenge? 57, then 5, then 2. Now look here. This is the log table, right? Logarithmic table, you must be having the book, you can just go through that. Which number I said? 57. So I said 57, 5 and 2. Remember this part, right? See, look here, this is 57, right? Fifth column I am going, fifth column, what is the number? 5, 7, 5, 9, 7, right students? And then I said 2. 2, I am going to take it from mean difference. Mean difference, this column, right? Same line, we are going to see that. So what is the number, students? 2, right? Now, this particular, so 57, fifth column I have checked and second column I have checked. So 57, 5 and 2. Now, this inside values I am going to add. So what do you get? 7, 5, 9, 9. 2 I have added to that. So 7, 5, 9, 9. That is a mantissa value. So I am going to write here 7, 5, 9, 9. This is the log value of 575.2. Right? Let us see one more value. It's not very easy, just looking at the one example we will come to know. We have to really solve, and do not worry, I am going to give a question list also at the end of the video so that you can practice those, right? Now let us talk about second question we are taking here. Now the second question, if I am taking it as any number, you can take it as say 20.35. Okay. Now again, what are the rules? For log, two things I have to find out. Characteristics. Now just find out the characteristics first. What is the rule for characteristics? Before decimal, what are we going to see? The numbers, right? How many digits? 2 digits. You have to reduce 1. So you get 1 point. You will get 1 point. Is this clear characteristics part? Now, for mantissa, what are we supposed to do? क्या करना पड़ेगा? लॉग टेबल देखना है, ठीक है? तो कैसे देखना है? पहले तो जोड़ी बनाओ. You have to make a pair. 20, then 3, then 5. So किस में देखेंगे हम लोग? 20, 3 and 5. Let us check here. So log table you can just open. Check this. This is the log table here. Which number are we going to see, students? 20. Right? This is that 20. Correct? 20 दिख गया. Then उसके बाद में कौन सा नंबर था? Yeah, check here. Which was the number? 3 and 5, right? 20, 3 and 5. Okay. So I am going again to that particular part. 23. 3. This column I am going to check. Okay. So with 23. And then 5, we are supposed to take it from mean difference. That is this part. Right? Fifth one. So in this row, I am getting here this as 11 number. Can you see this? So 23 and 5. Now what are we supposed to do? Add this number. 3075 plus 11. If you add it, you will get what? 3086. So that I am going to write as answer as 3086. 3086. This is the log value of 20.35. Right, students? So there are some more questions I will give you. So this is the first method which we have learned for which type of number, students, which is more than 0. Right? So this is that number. Rule, have you all understood? Two things always we have to find out, characteristics and mantissa. Right? Now, let us talk about the second part. If the numbers are 0, then what? We are seeing here numbers more than 0. If the numbers are 0, then let us see that example here again. If I say it is log of 0.00593, if this is the number, then how to see log value? Once again, two things we have to find out, characteristics and mantissa. Okay, here the characteristics rule is different. Here I said, in this case, we are getting the value as what? 0, right? 0, then here, if the number is 0 before decimal, then we have to count the number of zeros. Remember, 0 meaning numbers are going to be smaller, right? So, I will count number of zeros continuously. How many zeros are there? 3. So, I am going to write characteristics 3 bar. What do you mean by bar? Bar meaning negative. I told you 0 meaning less than 0 number will be there here. Okay, 0.00. So, it will be bar. Then point. So, my characteristics part is complete. 3 bar meaning minus 3. Okay. Then, how to check mantissa? The same method we are going to follow. This part already we have taken. So, I am going to take pair and then single number. There is no fourth number, so don't worry. So, 59 and 3. So, we are going to check in 59 and 3 column. Now, let us see this. 59 and 3. Now, look here. Yes, 59 and 3. So, students, this is the 59 number and which column? 3 number, right? 3 column. So, I am getting here 7731, right? So, that is the number I am going to write here. 7731. So, this is the log of the values which is less than 0, that is 0.00, some number like that. Okay. Now, let us see one more example of this type of number. Say if it is log of 0.1057, if this is the number, students, right? Now, in this case, what are we going to do? We will again check the same rule. Before decimal, if it is 0, that means bar will come. Remember this, right? How many bar will come? That we have to decide depending on zeros number. Now, look at this. Here, how many zeros are there? Only 1 0 is there, because after decimal there is a figure coming. Figure matlab 1, 2, 3 वो numbers आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? So 1 0 is there, so I am going to write 1 bar. Point. Okay? How to check mantissa? Mantissa के लिए क्या करना है? एक तो pair लेना है, right? That is 10, then 5, then 7. So किस में देखेंगे? कौन से कॉलम में देखेंगे? 10, 5 and 7. Okay? 10, 5 and 7. So let us search for that. So logarithmic table में ओपन करो 10, 5 and 7. तो ये रहा नंबर, ठीक है? 10 नंबर मिल रहा है सबको 10 बराबर. फिर 5th कॉलम में जाएंगे हम. 5 क्या है? ये नंबर है. देन 7 मतलब किसमें आएगा? मीन डिफरेंस. ये रहा नंबर. ओके, सो 29 आई एम गोइंग टू ऐड टू दिस नंबर 0212. जब इसमें ऐड करेंगे 0212 में 29 आपको ऐड करना है. सो यू गेट हियर 0241, राइट? सो दैट नंबर वी आर गोइंग टू राइट एज mantissa 0241. Yes, so 0241. Right, students? So have you all understood how to see log values? Right? If the decimal, if before decimal more than 0, तो क्या करना है? काउंट करो, उसमें से एक कम कर दो, ठीक है? बिफोर डेसिमल 0, तो क्या करना है? जीरोस काउंट करो और उस पर बार लगा दो, बिकॉज नेगेटिव वैल्यू. ओके, So this is how we have to see the log values. Is that clear? Yes. So some more examples, questions I am going to give you so that it will be a practice for you to understand, right?